Okay guys, as you seen from the intro, this is your old pal Hondo doing another video on some weed trimmer line, guys. It is, and it's really cheap stuff, guys. And you're probably thinking to yourself, well, I thought that Cyclone twisted line that guy said was the best line in the world was the best line in the world. It isn't. Yourself, oh my god, best weed whacker line in the world? Well, a lot of companies do claim they got the best weed whacker line in the world. Some lawn maintenance guys will tell you the Cyclone twisted line is the best line in the world. Some lawn guys on YouTube will tell you that the ugly twisted line is the best stuff in the world, or so on and etc. But I'm gonna tell you guys straight up, this to me, and I got tons of line up here, guys. Right here I got Ugly Twist, I got Harbor Freight Universal Trimmer line, which I think is better than the Ugly Twist. I have Oregon Pro, which is the very best. To me, this is the best line in the world. But I have a competitor for my favorite line, which is the Oregon Pro stuff. And I do have some of the XP Force, heavy duty line for thicker brush and stuff from Husqvarna, and I've used the titanium stuff. Now this stuff is very reminiscent to the titanium line. This is just a nylon string, and this stuff is really quiet for one of two reasons. Like the titanium line, it has like these little grooves in the line which is supposed to take down the sound. That's what you want when you're running your string trimmer. A rounded line, these curved lines do not work. They say they cut flat, but they don't. They're not quiet. They put a lot of wear and tear on your heads of your machines. Now, this stuff right here is called Weed Warrior heavy duty stuff, guys. This is the stuff that you can get at Walmart for a 200-foot donut or a 400-foot spool of this stuff at Walmart for $35 to $12. I got this for $12 this year. I've been using it all year, and to me, this stuff is even better than Husqvarna titanium line, guys. I've used Husqvarna titanium line. I always set the standard of Husqvarna titanium line as being like the #3 best line on the planet, besides some of this Oregon Pro stuff that I showed earlier. To me, that is still the best line on the planet, and I still got a little bit of it left right here, guys. This was the last bit I had in my 200-foot spool of it, and I still consider the Oregon Pro line, rounded line, is the best in the world. But this one here, guys, is actually a lot better. The heavy duty version of Weed Warrior is a lot better than the Husqvarna stuff for a fraction of the price of the Husqvarna titanium lines. And it is quiet. It shows right here performance, basically the sound deprivation on your on your ears and everything else. It's very quiet. It's very, very durable. This stuff holds up really well against my my chain link fence and around the bricks in my yard and stuff like that. It holds up really well without having to bump the head. And this stuff right here on my new Echo string trimmer is my preferred line over the Crossfire lines and the Echo Black Diamond lines. They're not quiet. They put a lot of wash in your head, a lot of vibration in the machine. But this line here is very quiet, very smooth, flat cutting line. Probably, to me, it's even better than Black Diamond and the Crossfire line. It may not be as sharp as the Crossfire line, but it comes off the string trimmer really easy because it's rounded. It stays in this it stays in this shape when you cut. And it cuts flat and quiet and smooth. It gives you good quality cuts in the Echo Speed Feed Head 400 that I've been using. This stuff actually works a lot better in my machine than the Crossfire line that came with my new string trimmer. So, and I've tried this on my Husqvarna as well, and it performs exceedingly well. I would even go out on a limb and say that this stuff works better than anything Husqvarna's making right now, Echo's making, or Shakespeare's making right now, or even it's a close second to my favorite line, which was the best line in the world, which is the Oregon Pro line. To me, this is only second as the best line in the world for being you know, the second best line I've ever used, and may go on my number one favorite list of lines. And this is a really good buy, guys, and you can get this at Walmart. It's dirt cheap. It's 12 bucks, guys. Nylon line, it's probably some of the best nylon line I've ever used, guys. We're gonna try it out. I'm gonna show you what this stuff can handle. We're gonna cut down some thick stuff, do some regular grass maintenance on my yard, and show you what this stuff can handle. Like I said, it's still nylon line. It's gonna break off on you. It's not a wired line like maybe this Husqvarna X4 stuff is, but it holds up and it gets it. I think they come in. It comes in 0, 065, 080, and all the way up to 095, all the way up to 0105. They still make the Weed Warrior stuff, but it's more like a twisted, ugly line now than it used to be a square line. I did like the old Weed Warrior stuff. It was red. That was really good line, but I think this is a better quality of line than their new Weed Warrior pulverizer line. I really don't like their Weed Warrior pulverizer line because they went the way of Black Diamond and, you know, the ugly twisted stuff, which I dislike immensely. Doesn't hold up very well. But this stuff here surprised me, and we're going to try it out and show you what this stuff can handle. This is really good 095 line. If this is not what you're looking for, you can get it in a 0105 line for bigger string trimmer heads, like the T35, the T35. You could put it in the Echo Speed Feed 450 heads, or the 500 heads on the Echoes and Shindawas. With the bigger line, I think everybody should use rounded line. All these other weird gimmicky lines that are, you know, twisted or triangle or some kind of like octagon star shaped lines are ridiculous. This was what originally was developed for string trimmers, was rounded line, and to me, rounded line is always the best and my first option, in my own opinion. Look, I'm a residential lawn guy. I'm not some guy that's doing this commercially. I'm not being sponsored by Weed Warrior or Echo or Shindawa. I'm just telling you my own opinion and my own preference on this stuff. It is outstanding line, guys. So if you guys want to save money online and not buy the expensive stuff, and you can go into Walmart and grab this stuff, it performs well on most string trimmer heads that I own, which is the Rapid Replace heads, the Echo Speed Feed 400 head, and the T25 heads that I got on my other machines. It works very well with all three of those. Okay, guys, we're going to get into some string trimming with it and show you what this stuff is capable of doing. Guys, we're about the weed whack here. I do got that Weed Warrior stuff on my string trimmer already, on my Echo Speed Feed head 400. I like the fact that it's yellow and you can see it when you flip your string trimmer upside down to edge. You can see it really good against the grass. That's why most lines are like orange or a dark green, so you can see it when you're string trimming. And we're gonna try it out on this creek right here. And we whack this creek and then the upper part of our yard with it, and then we'll find some thick stuff to mow down with it and show you how tough this stuff is. Because we got chain link fence. That really is the ultimate equalizer when it comes to string trimmer line, is how it holds up to chain link fence. I've been using this stuff all year now and I love it. Very quiet. Okay guys, as you can see from that little bit of weed trimming, we weed trimmed around the great equalizer, which is the chain link fence, which would ruin most lines, guys. I've had this fence ruin black diamond, crossfire line, and most of the Husqvarna and Shakespeare lines, and I did not even bump it once. Look at that, it still has enough line on it to keep on trimming without having to bump it. I didn't even have to bump it once. Going around that chain link fence, just that little bit. Yeah, it does have a normal break off of most string trimmer lines, but it held up just as good as Husqvarna titanium Echo Crossfire black diamond line that I've used in the past on this chain link fence, guys. This stuff is really strong. Now we're gonna find some really thick stuff to cut and show you how this stuff holds up on really thick stuff. Okay guys, there's some thick weeds here, and we're gonna chop these weeds down. These are like almost 4-foot size weeds with the weed wire line, and show you what it could do. Thick 4-foot weeds like it was nothing. I only bumped it once just to start the test. You see how it comes off the string trimmer head in the right direction? That's why rounded line is the best. As you guys can see, it did a banger job on these big weeds over here and over there on the end of that creek. That stuff was like 4 foot tall. I didn't get the other side of the creek, but I did get a large portion of this creek with these huge weeds to show you that this weed wire stuff will go through it. I only bumped it once and didn't have to bump it again. If that was black diamond or Echo Crossfire or titanium Husqvarna line, I probably would have had to bump it once or twice. Okay guys, that is the end of the video. My final summary on this line. A lot of people ain't talking about it. You don't see a lot of string trimmer professional lawn maintenance guys talking about this stuff, but I am. I'm here to tell you guys, this Weed Warrior stuff from Walmart is some of the best string trimmer line I've been using for the past 6 years now. From the Weed Warrior to the heavy duty stuff, this stuff really surprised me this year on how good it works compared to my Ugly Twist lines, my Husqvarna XP lines, and it's pretty comparable to my Oregon Gator line that I've been using for a couple years now. So this one and Oregon are my two favorite lines, and I think are the best nylon string trimmer lines on the planet, guys. If y'all like this video and tell me what you think about this string trimmer line, It's a good budget line. Don't overlook it at Walmart. This has been your old pal Hondo. I give this line 2 thumbs up from a residential standpoint, from a residential guy who's been weed whacking my yard for a good 27 years. Well, 40 years. I've been weed whacking on and off professionally and non-professionally. I gave it 2 thumbs up, guys. It's been your old pal Andrew Hondo from Hillbilly Tactical. You all know what you can do. You put God first. He puts you first every time. And you know what else, YouTube? God loves you. So does Hondo. Peace out, y'all.